The first competitive session of 2025 is complete, and Lando Norris led a McLaren 1-2 in a qualifying that really was as tight as everybody hoped. One person who knew that Lando was going to be on pole position is GPblog's Nicole Mulder, who's in the paddock in Melbourne. It all went as you expected for the McLarens, didn't it, Nicole?
Pretty much, yes. Lando, he took pole, of course, with his teammate Piastri on P2. With a pretty big gap to Max Verstappen, was a bit unexpected on P3.
Can you predict what the weather's going to be like tomorrow? Everybody is talking about it. Is it going to be a wet race?
Well, I think I can definitely predict it is going to be a wet race. Yes, I'll take that bet.
Now, it was dry today, not wet, but we did see Lewis Hamilton, a 7-time world champion, spinning the car. Rough start for your career at Ferrari.
Lewis doesn't seem to think so. He realizes he's got a lot to learn, and he sees the weekend as a big learning curve. That's what he said. He would have hoped to be a little bit more far ahead, but he seemed very, very happy despite having only P8. But he was really excited, actually.
Going further down the grid, we've got Lewis Hamilton's replacement, Antonelli. It wasn't exactly the dream start for him either. He was among 3 rookies who didn't make it into Q2. What can you tell us about the rookies and how did they react?
Yeah, definitely it wasn't the easiest track for the rookies to start with. Behrman had his second crash. Then he couldn't make it in Q1 because of gearbox failure. And of course, Liam Lawson, he had a couple of mistakes, so he couldn't go further either. Christian Horner kind of defended him, saying it's his first time driving in Australia. Also, pressure was building up on his second try, then his third try, and he made a mistake again. Antonelli, pretty much the same. He didn't make it past Q1 either, but he was pretty calm about it. He said, it's my first weekend, and not trying to add too much pressure on himself, and learning as he goes along.
Not so disappointing from the rookie side was Gabriel Bortoleto and Isaac Hadjar. They made it through into Q2. Hadjar crucially beating Liam Lawson, who he's replacing. Did you get a chance to speak to either of the drivers? Is Hadjar maybe fancying his chances at getting that Red Bull drive before the end of the season?
I did get a chance to speak with them. Bortoleto, he was very excited, of course, about making it past Q1, and just very excited about the race tomorrow. And Isaac, he had a little bit of mixed feelings. Of course, his qualifying was really good for his first time, P11. But he was a little bit disappointed that he didn't make it to Q3.
I understand that you have found out more information from the FIA about what is going on with the swearing ban, which has been such a highly contentious issue.
That's right. They clarified the swearing ban, or the regulation change they made, because there was a lot of discussion going on if it's applied to radio traffic. Well, they clarified that it wasn't, but if a driver says something rude towards a steward, a race director, or another official, then they might still look at it and he may get penalized. So that's the catch.
There is some talk about the Australian Grand Prix start time changing. What can you tell us?
Yeah, so officially it's not being considered, but we do know that there has been a conversation with the FIA and the drivers, the teams. So there seems to be a plan B, which could mean that the start will either take place sooner or later, depending on how bad the rain is tomorrow.
So it really is going to be the most unpredictable start to a season, including the start time. One person who had some predictions is Sir Jackie Stewart, who you got to speak to. What is this legend of Formula One predicting for tomorrow's race?
Well, Sir Jackie Stewart, he told me that there were pretty much 4 teams with a big chance. That's the same as everyone's thinking. But he also noticed that McLaren seems to have a little edge over the rest. But he also said that when it rains, good drivers show themselves, but also ambitious drivers. He said experience can play a big part, but the rookies will be very ambitious. He also mentioned Lewis Hamilton, of course. He has a very good track record in the rain. Although he did say that he was, for the first time in a long time, a bit uncomfortable starting in the rain because he didn't know how to drive a Ferrari in the rain yet. So that will definitely be interesting.
I cannot wait. And of course, Nicole, I have to ask, who do you think is going to be the winner tomorrow?
That's a tough one. I mean, the pole position was pretty easy, I think, predicting Lando Norris, but the weather tomorrow is so unpredictable. I'm going to go with maybe a little bit of an unpopular opinion in the UK and say Max Verstappen.
Well, Max Verstappen is Nicole's pick. What is your pick? Let us know in the comments below. And thank you for watching. Nicole will be in the paddock tomorrow for the Australian Grand Prix. We'll see you then.